Are you ready to step up from your smartphone and capture truly breathtaking photos, but feel completely overwhelmed by all the Canon options out there? Today, I'm cutting through the jargon to reveal the absolute best Canon cameras for beginners, saving you time, money, and endless frustration. Number 7. Canon EOS R100. When looking at the absolute most affordable entry point into Canon's modern mirrorless RF system, the EOS is often the first camera people stumble across. It is designed specifically for those making the very first leap from a smartphone to an interchangeable lens camera. The body is incredibly lightweight and compact, making it something you can easily throw into a small bag without feeling weighed down during a day trip or family vacation. The heart of the R100 is a 24.1 megapixel APS-C sensor, which provides a noticeable bump in image quality and background blur compared to the tiny sensors found in mobile devices. When I took it out for basic portrait and landscape photography, it delivered those pleasing, true-to-life Canon colors that the brand is famous for. It is remarkably straightforward to use, with guided menus that actively try to teach you the basics of exposure as you shoot. However, spending time with the R100 quickly revealed where Canon aggressively cut corners to reach this rock-bottom price point. The most frustrating omission is the lack of an articulating screen. The rear display is completely fixed in place, which makes shooting from low angles or taking self-portraits practically impossible. To make matters worse, it is not even a touchscreen, meaning you are forced to navigate the modern interface entirely via physical buttons, which feels incredibly archaic and counterintuitive in today's tap-and-swipe world. The video capabilities also leave a lot to be desired for anyone wanting to dabble in vlogging or content creation. While it technically boasts 4K video recording, applying that setting results in a massive, heavy crop on the sensor, forcing you to stand incredibly far back just to fit yourself in the frame. Number 6. Canon EOS Rebel SL3. Moving to the Rebel SL3, we find ourselves looking at one of the smallest and lightest traditional DSLR cameras ever manufactured. For beginners who specifically want the classic optical viewfinder experience and the reassuring mechanical sound of a mirror slapping up and down, the SL3 has long been a popular recommendation. It fits remarkably well in the hand, offering a deep, comfortable grip that you simply do not find on entry-level mirrorless bodies of this size. The 24.1 megapixel sensor inside the SL3 is a proven workhorse that produces clean, vibrant photos that look fantastic straight out of the camera. One of the absolute biggest advantages of sticking with this DSLR design is the phenomenal battery life. During my field testing, I could shoot for days on a single charge without ever reaching for a spare, which is a massive relief when you're out traveling and do not have constant access to a wall outlet. However, recommending the SL3 today comes with a rather significant caveat regarding its long-term viability. This camera utilizes the EF and EFS lens mount, a system that Canon has officially stopped developing new lenses for. When you buy into the SL3, you are investing your hard-earned money into a dead-end ecosystem, meaning any glass you purchase will eventually require an adapter if you ever decide to move to Canon's modern mirrorless lineup. The autofocus performance also feels incredibly dated by modern standards, particularly when looking through the optical viewfinder. It relies on a very sparse 9-point autofocus system that heavily groups the focus points right in the center of the frame, making it very difficult to track moving subjects or compose shots with subjects off to the side. 5. Canon EOS R10. The EOS R10 is where the modern mirrorless experience truly begins to shine, representing a massive and exciting leap forward for beginners. This camera feels like a breath of fresh air, perfectly balancing a compact, lightweight body with a robust set of features that actively encourage you to become a better photographer. From the moment I picked it up, the ergonomics felt incredibly refined, featuring a dedicated AF joystick that makes selecting your focus point fast, fluid, and intuitive. What truly separates the R10 from the previous models on this list is the revolutionary autofocus system, it inherited from Canon's professional-grade cameras. It features highly advanced subject tracking that automatically detects and locks onto the eyes of humans, animals, and even vehicles. During my tests at a local dog park, the camera effortlessly maintained sharp focus on erratic, sprinting puppies, completely eliminating the frustration of blurry photos that beginners often struggle with. The continuous shooting speeds on the R10 are nothing short of phenomenal for an entry-level camera. You can shoot up to 15 frames per second using the mechanical shutter, or a staggering 23 frames per second with the electronic shutter. This immense speed transforms the R10 into a highly capable tool for beginners wanting to dip their toes into action, sports, or wildlife photography without missing the decisive moment. Video creators will be absolutely thrilled with the R10's performance. It offers gorgeous, uncropped 4K video at 30 frames per second that is actually oversampled from 6K, resulting in incredibly sharp and detailed footage. Even better, it retains the lightning-fast dual-pixel autofocus in all video modes, ensuring that your vlogs, family videos, and cinematic projects remain perfectly crisp and professional-looking with zero extra effort on your part. 4. Canon EOS 850D. For those who absolutely insist on the classic DSLR form factor but want a more capable and advanced tool than the SL3, the EOS 850D is an absolutely brilliant choice. Also known as the Rebel T8i in some regions, this camera takes the traditional optical viewfinder experience and injects it with a healthy dose of modern performance. It features a wonderfully substantial grip and a rugged build quality that feels perfectly balanced when paired with larger telephoto lenses. The 850D utilizes a fantastic 24.1 megapixel APS-C sensor paired with a Digi-C8 processor, delivering stunning image quality, excellent dynamic range, and superb noise handling in low light. The menu system is beautifully designed with beginners in mind, offering a friendly, visually guided interface that clearly explains what different settings like aperture and shutter speed actually do. It makes the transition from automatic mode to full manual control feel like a seamless, educational experience. Where the 850D truly leaves its entry-level DSLR siblings in the dust is its vastly superior autofocus system. When shooting through the viewfinder, it boasts a very capable 45-point all-cross-type AF system that spans a much wider area of the frame. This makes tracking moving subjects significantly easier and more reliable, allowing you to confidently photograph local sports, energetic children, or fast-moving pets with a very high success rate. The physical controls on the 850D are a massive highlight for anyone serious about learning photography. It features a secondary control dial on the back and a dedicated AF on button, which are essential tools for advanced shooting techniques like back button focusing. Having these physical tactile controls right at your fingertips means you spend less time menu diving and more time actually capturing the scene unfolding in front of you. 3. Canon EOS R8. Stepping into the number 3 spot, the EOS R8 is a pure revelation for beginners wanting to experience the undeniable magic of a full-frame sensor without emptying their bank accounts. Canon essentially took the sensor and autofocus system from their high-end enthusiast cameras and crammed them into a wonderfully compact, lightweight body. The result is an absolute powerhouse of a camera that delivers breathtaking professional image quality that crop sensor cameras simply cannot replicate. The 24.2 megapixel full-frame sensor inside the R8 is a low-light monster. When I tested it in dimly lit indoor environments and during late evening street photography sessions, the images remained stunningly clean and completely free of distracting noise, even at incredibly high ISO settings. Furthermore, the full-frame sensor provides that gorgeous, creamy background blur, or bokeh, that instantly makes your portraits look cinematic and highly professional. The autofocus on the R8 practically feels like cheating. It features Canon's state-of-the-art dual-pixel CMOS AF2, which blanket covers the entire sensor and tracks subjects with terrifying accuracy. Whether you are photographing a fast-paced wedding reception, a marathon runner, or just your kids running around the backyard, the camera stubbornly locks onto their eyes and refuses to let go, guaranteeing perfectly sharp photos frame after frame. For aspiring videographers and YouTubers, the R8 is an absolute dream machine. It shoots spectacular uncropped 4K video at up to 60 frames per second, which is oversampled from 6K for maximum sharpness and clarity. It also includes professional video features like Canon Log 3, giving you massive flexibility to color grade your footage in post-production and achieve a truly cinematic look right out of the gate. 2. Canon EOS R7. Taking the runner-up spot is the EOS R7, simply the ultimate, most sophisticated APS-C crop sensor camera Canon has ever built. While it is certainly beginner-friendly, it is disguised as a high-end enthusiast workhorse. The build quality is exceptional, featuring fantastic weather sealing that gives you total peace of mind when shooting in light rain, dusty environments, or challenging weather conditions where cheaper cameras would fail. The R7 is built around a remarkably high-resolution 32.5 megapixel sensor, which captures mind-blowing amounts of detail. This high resolution, combined with the 1.6x crop factor of the APS-C sensor, makes the R7 an absolute dream for wildlife and sports photography. It naturally extends the reach of your lenses, getting you visually closer to distant birds or athletes on a field, while still leaving plenty of resolution to crop in even tighter during editing. One of the most massive upgrades the R7 introduces is in-body image stabilization. This internal sensor shift mechanism works to physically counteract the natural shaking of your hands. During my testing, this feature was an absolute lifesaver, allowing me to shoot handheld at incredibly slow shutter speeds in dark environments and still come away with tack-sharp images. It completely changes how you shoot, freeing you from the burden of constantly carrying a heavy tripod. Speed is where the R7 completely dominates the competition. It can shoot a blistering 15 frames per second mechanically, or an unbelievable 30 frames per second using the silent electronic shutter. Paired with Canon's elite subject tracking autofocus, this camera is practically a cheat code for capturing split-second action. You can hold down the shutter button and capture the exact microsecond a bird takes flight or a baseball bat connects with a ball. 1. Canon EOS R6 Mark II. Taking the undisputed #1 spot is the astonishing EOS R6 Mark II. While it definitely represents a larger financial investment for a beginner, it is quite simply the most complete, versatile, and future-proof camera on the market today. If you want a camera that you can purchase once, learn on, and literally never have to upgrade for the next decade, this is the definitive answer. The heart of the R6 Mark II is a flawlessly designed 24.2 megapixel full-frame sensor that strikes the absolute perfect balance of resolution, dynamic range, and supreme low-light performance. Whether you are shooting in glaring midday sun or pitch-black reception halls, the files this camera produces are incredibly malleable, allowing you to recover shadows and highlights in editing with astonishing ease. The image quality is breathtakingly professional in every conceivable scenario. The autofocus system in the R6 Mark II is borderline telepathic. It utilizes an incredibly advanced AI-driven deep learning system that instantly recognizes and relentlessly tracks humans, animals, birds, cars, trains, and aircraft. It completely removes the stress of focusing from the photographic equation. As a beginner, you no longer have to worry about moving your focus points. You simply point the camera, let it instantly grab the subject's eye, and focus entirely on your creative composition. On the video front, it is an absolute cinematic powerhouse. It captures pristine, uncropped 4K video at 60 frames per second across the full width of the sensor, completely resolving the overheating issues that plagued older models. It allows you to record unlimited, professional-grade video clips with gorgeous colors, massive dynamic range, and the absolute best video autofocus system currently available on the market.